Hey, this is Joe from Soundboard. I want to take a few minutes and give you my thoughts on how to best use Soundboard content across different audience segments, or audiences. Think of audiences. So for me, I think about those four things. One, how do I find content that's going to relate to my customer? That's audience number one, right? Every morning, how can I grab content and go send it to customers, right? To let them know I'm thinking about them. Number two, how can I use content from Soundboard to go after those that are in my warm market, those that I have an affinity with, and that could be in a Facebook group or a LinkedIn group. Third, how to use Soundboard content to go after, say, for example, a prospect that I just met who I want to close. And lastly, how to use Soundboard content to go out into the Wild West and go into the greater world and find people who aren't looking for me. So it's about using it for A, customers, B, my warm market, my friends, right? C, prospects, and then lastly, use it to go find people who aren't looking for me. So let's take, for example, a customer. For me, say a customer of mine, which I have customers that love skiing, right? Well, I can wake up in the morning, I go to my soundboard, I type in the word skiing in search. It brings back all these incredible articles from all types of publishers, right? It gives me the article. It gives me something clever to say with the article, with the right hashtag, so I don't have to think about it. And then 1 second later, I can text it to my customer, right? And instantly, my customers who care about skiing go, gosh, man, Joe's thinking about me, right? As opposed to pushing my products, right? So number one, think of customers. Number two, think of your warm market. For me, I love cooking, and I love food and wine. So I'm in various groups, and say that I'm in a Facebook group about cooking, about food and wine, or even a LinkedIn group. Those are people that I have an affinity with. Well, obviously, if I want to get discovered by that group or rediscovered by that group, I'm going to go to Soundboard, grab a really cool article about food and wine, right? About cooking classes, whatever. There's tons of articles about that within our arts and culture section and stuff like that. I'm going to grab that article, and guess what I'm going to do on my Soundboard? I'm going to push the button to go put it in a Facebook group or a LinkedIn group. And again, I'll get discovered, right? So that's how I would work with what I'm going to call, someone that I'm already having an affinity with, and using that Facebook content for Facebook groups or LinkedIn group. Third, how do I use it every day, for a prospect? Well, one, I got to think to myself, what is the prospect like? And say, for example, which this happens to me a lot, I met someone, whether I was at the gym, and say I met someone at the gym who loved, working out. Well, obviously, if that's something that I think that they care about, I'm going to go to Soundboard, grab a cool article about fitness, CrossFit, what have you, and I'm going to go put that on Facebook and probably Facebook message that to them, because when I met them, we became Facebook friends, right? So again, that third level of prospecting, I'm going to use things like Facebook Messenger, especially if I've become their Facebook friend, or if it's LinkedIn, message it on LinkedIn. And then lastly, how to use Soundboard content to go to the greater world, right? Not the customer, not the people that you're in an affinity group with, not the people you've already met, but people you've not met yet, right? People that you want to come discover you. You want them to find you. And so that's, go to Soundboard, grab any kind of content, right, that you think will be relevant to the audience you want to go be known by. And so that could be content on business, technology, lifestyle, food, wine, travel. It's all there, tons and tons of content. And grab that article, go put it on a LinkedIn public post. Put it on your Twitter account. These are two platforms that I highly recommend when you want to go out to the greater world. Those are platforms we've talked about that are very public. So again, think about it. Think about four levels. How am I going to use content for my customer, for my warm market, right, for prospects, and lastly, for the greater world? And I think if you get that cadence going in that routine every day, that's what I do every day. And every day I get discovered. When I don't do it, I don't get discovered.